Hello, Mark Carlisle here from the Christ Church of Jackson video ministry team with another video. Today I would like to share with you about treasures. But first, I have some guests with me this evening and I'd like to introduce them to you. First, we have the Winterfest Bears. Over here we have Fuzzy and his little brother, Cuddles. So, remember Cuddles, because he's going to be included more in this video shortly. I have a couple more friends I'd like for you to meet. And this is Bob the Penguin and his sister, Sophie. And you're going to meet Sophie a little later as well. So, as we begin the video, I shared the story about Sophie and Cuddles for a reason. Sometimes in life, we have special friends like Cuddles and Sophie who we love and hold tightly because we need some assurances sometimes. They help to guide us through difficult and tough times. They become special treasures that we just can't be without. Kids, do you know that your parents had special friends like Cuddles and Sophie as well? I recall my wife Kathy had a black cat with green eyes, and when she was a little girl, and she had it for so many years that she'd rub the fur, a complete fur, off of that cat. On a hike with her family one day, she was carrying this cat. She can't even remember its name. But it was a furless cat, and she was on a hiking trail, and she dropped it down into a ravine. Now that's important. Remember that part. Her dad, Ben, had to climb down into the ravine to retrieve his daughter's treasure before they could go any further. Over the years, her mother would stitch up that black cat over and over and over again because Kathy just couldn't part with it yet. Moving forward quite a few years, our grandson Miles had a similar situation with a plush bear that he had, and he carried it everywhere with him, and one day he noticed threads coming out and a little bit of stuffing. He immediately told his mother, Danielle, that he needed to go to Granny's to have her fix his wounds. And he even insisted that when he was looking for thread, that Kathy use red thread because Miles knew that his bear was bleeding. These treasures are from the hearts of little ones. But sometimes they're from the hearts of older people as well. We want to stay with our friends. We want to hold on to these treasures as long as we can. And then as we grow older and wiser, we learn from our parents in our Sunday school class, teacher, or others, that there's another treasure just as cuddly as our furry friends. A little baby who we celebrate this time of year, who came to us in a manger. His name was Jesus, who was born out of love of all mankind. His Father knew that the world needed saved from their sins, and he sent his only Son as an example of pure love to all people. God came down as a child out of love for you and I. Just like our earthly fathers sometimes have to climb down into ravines to retrieve our treasures for their daughters or sons, we need to remember that God is always there for us, always willing down to reach into the ravine or help you in your daily walk, as he sometimes carries you along life's way. In order to tell us more of his love, God inspired people to write the history of the world, which gave us the Bible. Through studying it, we learn one of the greatest gifts that God has given mankind is family. We see love when we watch a young man and woman grow in their love for each other and then bring a little baby into the world, cuddling it, nurturing it, and fixing its boo-boos throughout life. Each of us goes through some rough times throughout this life, but we always have the love of friends, family, and our God. We should treasure our families, and remember this includes our church family. God said in Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8, "I will never leave you or forsake you." This verse was so important that God included over 100 Bible verses about not leaving us. He will always be with us. At this time of the year, as we reflect on Christmas and the Christmas story, let us remember others and reach out to someone who is lonely, sad, or seems to be forgotten, and share one of the greatest gifts of all, love. Give out special hugs this year, not only to your stuffed animals, but to your family, and tell them, "I love you." Until next time, for Christ United Methodist Church and my gingerbread friend Cinnamon, Merry Christmas and have a happy New Year.